So I'm back just to do a couple things on the Lamborghini. I'm kind of bored, so figured might as well work on it. Please excuse my washer and dryer, they're kind of loud. Anyways, I'm probably going to do these, I don't know what the hell they're called. I want to call them like winglet things. These things right here. Whatever the hell that's called. I'm going to build new ones because I think those ones are ugly and small and don't fit this car's style or, you know, whatever. And then also, I'd like to start on this rear finish panel and probably bust this light up more, you know, at least get that this one to that one. And I don't know, I might go buy the metal and stuff and whatever else I need to make it. I'm not really too sure yet, just depends on how today goes, but definitely gonna try and get those winglets done. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out the design. I don't really want to be like all the other people and just kind of have whatever the fuck, I'm not really too sure. Anyways, and I do have plastic that I can make it out of, so that way people don't like kill themselves when they run into it or whatever. And then for some reason, some of you guys still don't know that I have a CRX. It's right here. It's just been sitting, but so this is the plastic I'm gonna be using. It might be a little thin, but I don't know. I don't really care too much. This part seems to be kind of warped because of the sun or something. I don't know. Obviously, I don't want to use that part. God, fucking damn it. I think I almost like it how it is without them. But I know in the end I'm gonna want something, so I don't know. It looks kind of cool. Definitely not gonna leave it like that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get some cardboard, start mocking up some templates for this, and hopefully this is big enough. And let's see. I don't know, then I'm gonna have to look online for some designs or something, because I honestly don't really know what I want at all, except for something that's bigger. Update, just got done with the template. I basically used the original kind of thing as the base for it. If you see here, I mean, I basically used it just for the general shape. I wasn't too sure if that's what I wanted, but now after I got this, I just kind of lengthened it down here, and then I actually used one of these weights to help get that curve better. And then this curve here, you know, you just use the corner of that. So basically, this is, you know, I put it up here, and I'm gonna change the mounting holes from where that one is, just so it's a little bit more down, because this one, maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this somewhere around here is what I'd like for it to be, and you know, just a little bit different, and I think it'll look cool. And again, we're gonna be cutting out of this plastic. I don't know. You know, I know some of you guys are gonna ask me where I got this. And literally, like, I don't know, I found this under my car, so I don't know where it came from or anything, so I can't really help you. Hopefully it's not too floppy, because it is a tiny bit thinner, and since I got that like long kind of part that is gonna, like, I don't know, it's probably gonna be a little floppy, but as long as it's not too bad, I'll be okay. So as of right now, this actually seems pretty sturdy. I mean, a little floppy, but whatever. I mean, at least it'll have some give for when people do run into it. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this down, and obviously the edges as well, because whenever you cut it, this plastic, it like remelts itself back together because the blade or whatever, because it gets so hot, you have to like break it apart. It's actually really fucking annoying. Just got both of them cut out. Got the holes in them. Gonna go ahead and mount them up, see how they look. So these definitely look a ton better. At least I think so, and honestly, that's all that matters. But I like this part right here. I kind of wish I would have made it kind of go in more, and this kind of like slant in more. But I think it's clean. It's not too obnoxious, but still kind of gets the point done. Once I get the whole thing painted, it'll definitely look better. I'm gonna go ahead and need to clean up these edges. They're kind of jagged, and just because of the whenever it wants to melt whenever you're cutting it, and even when you sand it, it wants to melt again, I guess. And so like it doesn't really work out too well. So I guess I'm gonna have to like try and take a file to it, but I figured it'd be easier to take a file to it whenever it's on the car, so I'm trying to hold it or whatever. Also, these things actually aren't that bad. I mean, these are kind of floppy, but the thing is, like, if someone like runs into or something, I don't want this getting caught on someone. Like, it's rigid this way obviously, but I mean, it's just, you're gonna have so much leverage on whatever materials you put here. So I mean, I'm not concerned about that. I think it's definitely better, but it's really not that bad. So anyways, now that we got the winglets done, I'm gonna go ahead and bust out this taillight, make it just like the other one, so I can kind of gauge and maybe make my template and then see how much material I need, because I'm not gonna be using the material that I'm building this for on the car itself anywhere else. So I want to buy just enough material, if that makes sense. So I'll probably make my template first and then go buy the material. Obviously, I'm not trying to break the bulbs. I'm just trying to get this plastic thing off. I'm sure there's a better way, but I'm sure it's not as fun either. But I probably could like heat this up and get the adhesive shit off of the back and whatever and have it release nice and clean, but I don't really care. Just obviously this one was smashed out. I didn't do that one. That came on the other Miata, and I just swapped them because this is what I was going to do anyways. But the way that one looks is perfectly fine, so I'm just going to do the same thing. Holy shit. So now I've got all of this glass plastic stuff taken off, and since there is this stuff here, it's kind of like raised off of it, and the metal that I'm going to be using is obviously flat, so I want it to be flat all the way across here. So I'm going to go ahead and take a grinder and kind of grind down these bezels just so I can get a flat piece of metal all around it. Well, there goes one bulb. Obviously, I'll have to replace that. But good thing is, whenever I cover this, I'm gonna still have access from the back to replace any bulbs that aren't working or whatever if I decide to go to LED or something. But as you can tell here, you know, if I run, obviously this isn't the best tool, but you can kind of see what I mean. So now I took away these kind of bezels so that it's flat all the way across, or actually kind of in there a little bit, unlike this where, I mean, you're on top of, there's a gap between the screwdriver and this metal here, you know, all the way across, just because it comes out. So now all I gotta do is do the other side, and then I can go ahead and start on the template of the rear taillight panel. Update, I just finished the template for the rear taillight panel thing. So it's not going to be all one piece. There's going to be two individual pieces for each taillight, and then there's going to be the piece that goes along here. And so essentially, eventually I'll probably put LEDs in here, and I'll probably get rid of this whole thing and might not even have this at all, but have LEDs behind here. But the idea is that it's going to be kind of hard for me to hold it up here, but it's going to be using the stock lights for now at least. And then it's going to bend around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rivet this piece, which, you know, once it's cut out of metal, around here. And then there's going to be the finish panel that's going to be riveted here and going to span all the way across up here, across here. And I'll have to put some kind of spacer or something just so it doesn't get like too far in and then it'd be all wobbly and stuff. So obviously I'm going to have to put something there. And then what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to take Lexan, because it's easier to drill into than plexiglass, and I'm going to cut out Lexan like half an inch bigger than these cutouts, rivet the Lexan to the back of this, and then I'm going to take the Lexan. I have this tint. I have red and orange tint, red and orange tint. And then so I'm going to do the orange for the tail lights, and then the red for the the orange for the turn signals, and then the red for the tail light, and then it's also going to use the backup light as well, but that's whatever. I mean, no one really cares about that anyways. But if it comes down to it, I'll put a white light somewhere else if I ever get a fix-it ticket or something. But anyways, that was the idea for the longest time, was just to use the stock bezel and then do this kind of like a cover over it, and then just rivet the Lexan to this, and then rivet this to the car, and should be cool. That's gonna be it for today. I'm not gonna go buy the material until probably tomorrow, and that'll be a whole nother video within the next couple of days, and you'll see what I mean. And this was, you know, something that I've been waiting to do for a long time. I've had the idea for almost as long as I've had the car, and you know, it's something that, you know, I have this whole car planned out. It's just when I have the time and money to do everything. Anyways, keep your eyes open with the next couple of days for the video of just the taillight panel, and I'll finish that out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and peace out.
Dare you, I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what?
One more time.